Hello again. I have a very important update, another one that I want to share with you because as we see things happening like historic storms coming to places and doing a lot of damage, or wars and things like that, we must understand them in a biblical context. And you have heard about Hurricane Otis that made landfall in Acapulco, Mexico, as a Category 5 storm, and many outlets, news outlets, are categorizing this storm as unprecedented and historic. And in this article, it talks about how it's the strongest storm on record to hit Mexico and the product of the most extreme storm intensification in the northeastern Pacific Ocean. Now, this storm made landfall, according to the news, after midnight Wednesday local time, and that was October 25th. And in Hebrew understanding, the day begins at sunset, and therefore October 25th will have been the beginning of the next day, October 26th. And according to God's calendar, that corresponded to Yom Kippur of the second possibility for this year. And so this hurricane landed and made a devastation on a Yom Kippur. And it's really interesting, especially for us, because back in 2015, Hurricane Patricia was also threatening to hit Mexico, and it was around also Yom Kippur time in 2015, and it was categorized as the most powerful tropical cyclone on record worldwide. And we were watching attentively at that time as well and recognized the importance of it. And all of a sudden, it dissipated. And even though it was such a strong looking storm, it did not do the damage that it could have done. So we were thinking about the significance of that, and we wrote an article called The Tears of God. And in that article is explained why that happened. Now, that happened exactly 8 years ago, almost to the date of the happening of the Otis hurricane this year. And the difference is that with Otis, as you have seen in the news, like, it's complete devastation. And we feel really with the people that are enduring this terrible consequences of the storm. But we also recognize that the Lord is warning and showing us that the time of the end is here. In his sign, the sign of the Son of Man, he gives us the understanding of the time, and therefore we recognize why now in 2023, on this Yom Kippur, this storm did hit Mexico, whereas in 2015, Patricia was withheld. That has to do with Revelation 7, when there's a prophecy of the winds of destruction being held until the sealing of God's people will be done. And now, with the occurrence of Otis and doing this destruction at that time, we see that the sealing has been accomplished and that destruction and the end of the world is here. And God wants us to be prepared, and he wants us to have understanding. So we want to invite you to continue to learn with us what he relates and what he reveals through the sign. And when you see news such as the one I shared about the hurricane, it's important to understand them in the context of biblical prophecy, because you read a lot of articles that are saying that the reason why this hurricane developed the way it did and it did the damage that it did is because of climate change. But according to the Bible and according to what the heavens declare, it is not climate change, but it is biblical prophecy fulfilling about the wrath of God coming on the earth, and the destruction of the world according to what he reveals in his sign. So we invite you to come to learn with us and to abide safely in the understanding of that God has given us at this time.